Hi there, this is Ronnie coming at you with a video. Apologies for this video being so long since the last RPG video, but a lot has been going on in my life, and anyway, to the topic at hand. I found myself thinking, because my friend at the local gaming store, we now have a few people running games. Mostly Dungeons and Dragons, it must be said. Lots of people who are new to role-playing. And it's all very healthy, and I'm enjoying it. And I'm feeling a bit like this sort of grand old father dispensing pearls of wisdom. It's my excuse, I'm sticking to it. And essentially sort of, giving my point of view if asked. Occasionally just voicing it anyway, but mostly if asked. And we're talking about a style of game. And I've found that there is a certain style of game that I'm running at my friend the local gaming store at Settlers in Hamilton, and I'm finding that I'm running that style of game a lot, and that is the players are pretty much dropped into a situation which is quite a difficult situation from the off. And then I crank up the tension and the difficulty. Not to the point where the players cannot succeed. There's no point in that. I don't agree with that. But certainly to the point where the players really do feel that they're in a fight for their lives, and not necessarily a physical confrontation. Sometimes it can be sort of having to negotiate with people, diplomacy and subterfuge. And what I've tried to explain to players is, so I crank it up. It's a bit like a bell curve. Pressure mounts, and the tension mounts, the pressure, and then it reaches what I call the fulcrum point, which may or may not be the correct word for it. And it will be a point in the scenario where it will shift, the power tilts. Up until that point, the players might feel that they're out of their depth. And then there will be a moment, and it's a written moment. It's not an accidental one. I do plan for it. This fulcrum point where the balance of power switches, and the players are now in a position where they can actually push and sort all the problems, and the pressure eases as we get to the end of the scenario. It's been slightly different with my Shine Tower game, because with that one I just started because I started very small. I wanted to do a great big epic, so I started small and have built, and by the end of the first half there hadn't been a bell curve because the overall story wasn't finished, and they're kind of reaching that bell curve now, and it's going to be a swift drop, because they're reaching that. My Luxie Eternum game is going the same way. My players have been through hell. Although I have to say, and I am proud of this, 7 sessions, and we're talking about 3-4 hours a session, 7 sessions without combat, all role play, just role play, some skills being rolled, but mostly role play, interaction, diplomacy, subterfuge. Having to think outside the box, think round corners, planning ahead. It's been good to see. I don't think I'm alone. Sorry for the yawn. It is extremely warm today. It's not as warm as it was yesterday, but it's extremely warm and therefore it's quite tiring. I don't think I'm alone in that fulcrum point, that moment that you've written in a scenario where the power tilts in, the story tilts into the player's favour. Instead of swimming against the tide, suddenly the tide is with them. It's something I enjoy, and I think it's a style of game I enjoy writing, and certainly as I sort of move forward, it's probably a game I'm going to do more of. So that's a thought. How do you write your games? Do you have this fulcrum point in your games, or does it happen more naturally? It's not a perceived bullet point on your list of things that are going to happen in a scenario, that it just happens organically. Let me know. Thanks very much for watching, and I will be back soon with another video.